Planes approaching off port bow, sir.
Sir, lookout reports planes are turning off the port bow.
Very well.
Stand by to receive aircraft.
While the planes have been away on their mission, the flight deck crews have been at ease. But on hearing that word passed, they snap to the alert and make final preparations for receiving the planes back aboard. The bow rail is rigged. This is a safety feature for plane spotters and crewmen who will be working close to the forward ramp. The plane captains of all planes in the air, the handling crews, chockmen, and wing folders, all stand by in the forward catwalks, ready to pounce on the planes as they land and taxi forward. Crash equipment is in readiness by the island. A crash dolly and hydraulic jack are racked up there, available if needed. Additional crash gear, a wheel dolly, block and tackle, and plenty of line are handy in the catwalk. Barriers are raised, operators alert. Hook releasemen and plane directors on station. Arresting gear manned. Yielding elements are raised to lift the cross-deck pennants. The landing signal officer and his assistants man their station, raise the windscreen, and prepare to bring the planes aboard. Shapes are two blocked. Signaling ship is turning into the wind. Plane guard takes station.
Well, man, you're going to see some more action. This is where the flight deck crews really play it for keeps. Come on, let's get in the catwalk.
Planes have received the signal to land aboard. Up on the starboard bow, the first plane peels off into the approach circle. As the ship steadies into the wind, the green flag comes up, indicating ship is in all respects ready to land planes. 31 knots of wind over the deck. The landing area is completely clear. No unnecessary personnel in the after catwalk. All gear rigged. All hands alert and ready. And the first fighter enters the landing groove.
Hooks down, wheels down, flaps down.
Deck clear signal.
Deck clear.
A little high. Level it up. There's the cut. Nice. Policemen are instantly out to disengage the wire. There's the hook-up signal. Releasemen help guide the hook. Director signals close flaps and starts plane out of the gear. Plane is passed on up the deck by the next director. Chockmen and wing folders converge on the plane as it crosses the barriers. The left wing is folded slightly ahead of the right to prevent damage to the pitot tube. Chockmen follow along by each wheel, ready to chock up in an emergency. The first plane is always spotted in the port bow and well outboard. The director signals, come ahead, hold it, lock the tail wheel. Come ahead easy. Hold it, cut the engine, chock it up. The plane captain follows the plane up into the spot and immediately puts on his tie-down lines. There's too much wind and it's too close to the deck edge to take any chances of it getting away. The ground wire is attached. Simultaneously with the cutting of the engine, the fueling crews lead out the gas hose. The rearming crews bring up replacement ammunition trays and immediately begin preparing planes for another flight. By this time, the second fighter has landed and taxis out of the gear. As soon as the tail surfaces are clear, the barriers are raised. The plane is stopped momentarily while the wings are folded. This second plane goes to the starboard bow, far outboard. Spotting the first two planes outboard allows fueling and rearming to begin immediately, without gas holes or personnel interfering with the parking of subsequent planes. That's mighty close to the edge, but those inches count. Those chocmen are in there ready to stop it if anything goes wrong. Another fighter hits the deck. The pilots are really pouring them in. It's passed along to the next director and out of the gear. Barriers up. Wing folders move in. Left wing first. Flexible tieback is snapped on. Director takes over and angles the plane for the number 3 spot to port, next to number 1. The plane captain moves in with his wing line. Time out. Let's see what the fueling and rearming crews are doing while the planes are landing. The hosesman is followed by 2 men, one with the swab and another with a fire bottle. The ground wire on the nozzle is attached before fueling is started. Easy, Mac, not too fast. See why that swab is there? Ammunition trays are quickly removed and replaced with full ones, and the belts fed into the guns. These operations are in progress on each plane as soon as it is spotted forward and engine cut. Time in. Let's pick up where we left off. The next plane moves into the 4 spot to starboard, alongside of number 2. Come ahead easy. Hold it. Cut. Chalk it up. The next fighter crosses the barriers. Where are those wing folders? Come on, let's get going. Because the spotters have done a good job on parking the first plane, this 5th fighter can go right down the middle. Where the clearance is small, the engine is cut and the plane pushed into the final spot by the handling crew. Heads up. Stand clear. Here comes another one. Look at those men duck. If that wire breaks, you can't even see it. In fact, if it hits you, you'll never see anything again. Get that hook up. There's a plane right on your tail.
No, Dad.
Wave off. He finally got the hook up and clears the gear. There's the signal.
Deck clear. Hook down, wheels down, flaps down.
Those hook releasemen are right on the toes. Funny what you catch on these wires sometimes, and with no bait, too. Spoiler, keep out of that landing area. As soon as the first barrier goes up, the deck clear signal is given.
Deck clear.
Here come the big ones. Director signals hook up, close flaps, starts plane up the deck, passing it to the next director. Wing folders get a break when the torpedo planes come aboard. Pilot folds the wings by hydraulic control in the cockpit when signaled by the plane director. By the time the plane crosses the barriers, wings should be completely folded so as to cause no delay in taxiing into the final spot. The next plane enters the groove. Signal officer picks him up a little high. A little fast, too, if you ask me. Wave off. Hey, you can't cut on a wave off. Look out in the catwalk. Asbestos suit men, firefighters, corpsmen, and flight surgeon all converge on the plane. Flight deck crews must be ready. Danger of fire is ever present in a crash like this. Red flag, foul deck. The first consideration is personnel. Second, the plane. It wasn't lucky that no one was hit in the catwalk. Those men had their spots picked and ducked clear.
Now deck.
Rigging this boom and all the gear and tackle required is a slow, difficult job at best. All carriers are now provided with a mobile crane, which greatly speeds up the clearing of the wreck. A crash of this kind should be cleared in a matter of minutes. In such accidents, the cross-deck pennant is frequently damaged and must be replaced. Spare pennants are kept readily available in the catwalk. The plane still in the air may be running short of gas. There's no time for lost motion in getting the deck ready again. Okay, retrieve it. The crash has been cleared and is sent below. Planes re-enter the landing circle. This one looks fast, too. When you hear that, duck for cover. He fooled us that time. Let's settle down. I can't stand this phase. Director signals forward wing. Chalkman move in. Men working here just forward of the barriers must be constantly alert to the danger of the succeeding planes coming in. Really getting crowded up here now. The clearance between planes is only a matter of inches. You see the importance of having the tail wheels locked and quickly getting the wing lines on as soon as the planes apart. Here's where the directors really earn their salt. One plane out of place can throw the whole works out of gear.
Deck clear. Hooks down, wheels down, flaps down.
There's the cut. The last plane hits the deck. Red flag, all planes aboard. This last plane is held in the gear. Director signals up hook, close flaps, Hold wings. Motions for the handling crews to come in. Direct pilot to open bomb bay doors in preparation for rearming. Respotting for takeoff begins immediately. Handling crews start the plane aft even before the prop stops turning. Shockmen assist in pushing, but are ready to stop the plane if it gets away. Handling crews on each plane are supervised by plane directors. As in the bow, these first planes are spotted outboard. Stern rail has been put up as respot begins. As the plane nears the spot, it is pushed ahead slightly to align and lock the tail wheel, and then eased back into its final spot. Tails of these planes are cocked slightly outboard to facilitate taxiing out during the next launch. Wheels are chocked and crews run forward to get another plane. Red shirts are there to start gassing. The last planes to land must be refueled and rearmed in the after spot. Plane captains secure the planes as soon as they reach the final spot. Remember, the bight of the line goes under the cleat. Planes are rearmed immediately to be ready for subsequent launching. All planes left on deck must be in a fully ready condition. Plane handlers have another moving toward its spot. Hey, Mac, you can carry that chock and push too, you know. We're all on the same team. These big ones take quite a few men to handle them. 2 crews are usually used. This second plane goes outboard on the opposite side. That's the way to do it. They push it ahead slightly to lock the tail wheel.
Take it back.
That whistle means stop to the plane handlers and the plane captain in the cockpit. If the plane is not moving, it means attention. Whenever a plane is moved, the plane captain is always in the cockpit, his attention on the director. Cock it up. That's the way to move, sailors. For final security, the landing gear, as well as the wings and tail, are lashed down. That wheel is lashed against a 2-way pull with the short stay of line. Also, the tail. This extra security will prevent the necessity for breaking out men at night in case of rough weather. They're starting on the fighters now. Handling crews can be singled up. 1 crew of 8 men can handle a fighter nicely, and more planes can be moved at one time. Boy, they're really shifting into high gear. This outfit will never be caught with the foul deck when an attack comes in. Planes requiring check or repairs are sent to the hangar. Checks will be conducted at night and planes readied for the next morning's launching. Crewmen must be heads up when pushing planes around the elevator well. There's no guardrail.
Hey, spoiler! Here's your G-Dog. Oh, boy.
See what I mean? Hey, sailors, knock off beating your gums and pay attention. 3 men on either side of the tail works best on the fighters. The respot is about completed. There's the last plane starting aft. These crews are doing a swell job. Time did not permit rearming this plane forward. The time required for respotting is the guiding factor. Refueling and rearming must not delay the respot. The last planes respotted have their wings spread. Normally, they are the first off at the next launch. Spoiler right on the job. I'm sorry I mentioned it. The plane captain starts securing the last plane. Puts on the pitot tube cover. In a strong wind, the control surfaces beat about and can be severely damaged. But with this harness, which the plane captain places over the control stick, the surfaces are held rigid. Rearming crews replace ammunition in this fighter with its wings spread. The ammunition belts are fed into the guns, and charging control checked by an ordnanceman on top of the wing. When all planes are respotted, the handling crews fall in for muster, and the flight deck officer passes along any information or instruction.
Now secure from flight quarters.
The success of this carrier's operation was made possible by the flight deck crews, by their precision, timing, and teamwork. The successful carrier is one which is able to send its planes off to fight the enemy, take them aboard again, rearm, refuel, respot, and get them back into the fight again in the shortest possible time.